Welcome back, nerds. Fino here with a guide for the Super Bunyan event, Mississippi Mythicizers. You only need to finish the first chapter for Yuki in order to participate, and there are some pretty neat rewards, so you may want to pop in and get digging. Mississippi Mythicizers acts as a pseudo-lottery event, much like how they a summer adventure. Free quests give you 3 types of tools to dig up resources. These prizes include points to climb the ladder and advance the main story. The point ladder also has 2 notable command codes. The Destructive Star has anti-heaven damage, while Big Blue Ox ignores defense. Both are handy effects to have in your back pocket, so be sure to pick those up while you can. All those copper apples you got from Tesla Fest and the silvers from Water Monsters Crisis, now's a good time to cash those in. You get QP, Class Gems, Fool's Chains, Dragon Fangs, Void's Dust, Hero Proofs, Poisonous Needles, Evil Bones, Mystic Fluid, Stakes, Gunpowder, Aurora Steel, Eternal Ice, Eternal Gears, Seashells, Arrowheads of Malice, Crowns of Silvery Light, Serpent Jewels, Ghost Lanterns, Refined Magatama, Bloodstone Tears, Chaos Claws, Fragments of a Twinkling Star, Gallstones, and Spriggan Testicles. A classic. Everything except Embers and Friend Points, essentially. And you could do this as many times as you want. You're only limited by your access to tools. So how do you get more of these? Well, you want to get cranking. Literally. Known as first day of filming on the NA server, cranking is a craft essence that will boost your drops of all 3 tools by +1, +2 if you limit break it. You shouldn't, for the record. At least not until you've gotten maximum mileage out of your separated copies. You can get 4 from the event shop and 1 from the point ladder, so casual players don't need to worry about CE drops. Outside of this event, first day of filming is effectively a more useful aerial drive. The big difference is that cranking has its effect weighted towards NP damage instead of buster effectiveness. That's a stat that Koyanskaya can't provide. The 90+ node for this event has a 2-1-1 assassin arrangement. Knowing me, I probably just used Chengong back in the day, but you have less backline intensive options. The first 2 enemies are bronze rarity, so insta-kill memes are possible with Nitocris or Doman. Using a Rosh with Oberon buffs can also deal with the first wave, assuming your main DPS can meet the damage check without him. Between the irregular enemy arrangement and the event CE stat loadout, you're incentivized to use a buster main attacker like Super Bunyan, Cersei, Kintoki, or Xuanzang with a Koyanskaya up front and a swap Oberon. You're not strictly obligated, however, and I've seen clears using servants like Meltrilis, so you should be able to cobble together a functional team with a bit of creativity. I haven't had the chance to test this myself, but I suspect a sufficiently grilled caster coup could also just single core the entire fight. Don't quote me on that though. The friend point gacha this time around has Marianning, a limited 1-star Lancer. I'll be doing a video on her and some of the finer points of this special gacha, but here's the need to know. Limited 1-star servants are ridiculously efficient for grail casting, and this gacha also gives experienced CEs. In regards to the latter, first day of filming is a CE that's nice to have at level 100, so you have a very good excuse for going deep. So if you have friend points, spend them. All of them. I'll note that the event shop has servant coins for the original Paul Bunyan, so grab those as well. Now then, let's take a look at the challenge quest. I'm sure it has a proper name, but I like to call it the Rat Pack. The main Daikokuten begins this fight permanently charmed. However, they will summon a lesser copy of themselves every turn, at the cost of reducing their own max health accordingly. If isolated on the field, the biggest rat that makes all the rules will immediately summon 3 more. If the field becomes entirely filled, the main clone will become stunned, but also gain 100% damage resistance. Every turn this state is allowed to persist, they'll remove a stack of their max HP debuff. The lesser maids can also buff each other, so a full board can quickly spiral out of control and send you back to support selection. For this reason, you're encouraged to keep their population manageable with abundant AoE usage, so keep that in mind while I rattle off the rest of these mechanics. Specific servants that are considered cat-like will trigger a special effect that gives the rats a permanent defense buff at the cost of a one-time fear debuff. If you've been trying to use Habitrat, Dobrynia, or Doman and are having trouble with this fight, you might want to switch off to make your damage dealing easier. On break, the main body will cleanse all max health debuffs, gain increased attack, and start to act. The catch, however, is that they'll also accelerate your Mystic Code cooldowns every turn. That condition makes the Atlas uniform even more useful. The subordinate maids have varying effects, but the most important one is that each variety will have a single hit card type resistance. So whatever your main attacker uses, consider throwing a matching face card before it to guarantee full damage. The arts mates will cleanse a debuff from the enemy team every turn. The buster mates will reduce your defense when you hit them, and the quick mates give their team crit chance. This might seem very overwhelming, but you actually have the tools for a reliable clear. Given the sheer number of asymmetrically respawning casters, this fight is an absolute playground for Taisui Xingjun, who can use the respawning maids as a vector for his contagious curse. While you side down the mobs, their on-death curses pile onto each other and, more importantly, the main body. A slow arts team with Taisui, Castoria, and Tamamo, or another healer, can maintain consistent pressure, keep the field from filling up, and fight off Daikokuten's aggression in Phase 2. You really just need to juggle 2 things. Firstly, Taisui will accumulate defense debuffs, so cleanse those off as needed. Secondly, the arts mages will try to undo your curses, so prioritize taking them out. It might take you a while, but it's a very winnable fight once you get going. Thanks for watching. Like if you found this video helpful, subscribe for more, and come on to my twitch.tv/Finotaisen where I stream every week, 3 p.m. Pacific time. This Sunday I'll be rolling for Super Bunyan with a little twist. It's going to be an absolute clusterfuck, so you won't want to miss it. See you there.